situation when you're talking about a storm that's producing tornadoes. It's often one of the characteristics you see with a tornadic storm.
It's going to come through during really the peak of afternoon heating. I got word from our producer that Brett actually has some pictures right now. Brett Adair has some pictures of some of the damage. Let's go ahead and take this full screen right now, and he's over near the Ethelsville area. We'll take this as we had it before. Brett getting some of the first reports of damage in this afternoon. He's been tracking that storm across Pickens County, and that's what we're seeing. I can see from the picture there some trees down, perhaps some roof damage to that house around the Ethelsville area. On radar, and at least what I'm seeing right now, we're probably looking at a lower-end tornado, but still enough that can do some considerable damage, wind damage to homes, and especially if you were in a mobile home or something like that, a structure that's not quite as sturdy, you can have some significant damage. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Brett Adair getting some of the first pictures in Pickens County of the damage. So we've got confirmed damage in Pickens County around the Ethelsville area, around Highway 82. Storms tracking northeast at about 40 miles per hour. You can see around Millport right now and up around Fayette. Those storms will continue to move off to the northeast. So we're going to be looking at this situation continuing over the next several hours. We got an atmosphere that's becoming a little bit more ripe for this. The balloon sounding, the balloon release, they did a special one in Birmingham showing some cooler temperatures aloft, and that would make conditions more favorable for this type of development that we're seeing right now. And I want to let you know what we're seeing at this point in time. This is not the main line. This is one of those what we call discrete supercells that has popped up ahead of the main line. That was one of our concerns with this. These supercells that pop up tend to be the ones that produce some tornadoes. So we're still getting the debris signatures right now. This is on top of Ethelsville. As Wes indicated, down toward the south, some additional redevelopment down there around the Aliceville area. Millport, I hope you are taking your tornado precautions, because Millport, this is right on top of you. It is moving up toward the Fayette area as we speak, and then eventually into western sections of Walker County, and perhaps even around the Nauvoo area or Carbon Hill, the track to the northeast. In just a few moments, Wes Wyatt is going to track this storm, and he's going to bring us up some additional information, where it's going, and some of the cities that are going to be impacted. We're going to track right there from that debris signature, and that's going to be Fernbank, Millport by 126, Kingville at 135, and Crossville at 142. Storm moving northeast at 43 miles per hour, still holding on to what we call that barren threat index. That's going to continue to give us a pretty good indication that we've got the possibility of that tornado holding together, moving into a little bit more favored environment for severe weather. That particular index takes into account where the storm's moving into. So if you see that number goes up, that means that tornado likely will really hang on throughout the rest of the afternoon. There's the cities again: Fernbank, Millport, Kingville, and Crossville. To recap, we got a couple of tornado warnings in effect right now. Pickens County, also Fayette County, as well as Lamar County this afternoon. So Wes Wyatt here in the FOX-6 Storm Warning Center. We also have Dr. Tim Coleman, who's working with us this afternoon, who's going to be updating us. And while we're busy tracking these storms, he's going to be doing some of the behind-the-scenes analysis and kind of giving us a breakdown of how that environment is setting up for some of these stronger storms to evolve, and how things are going to really extend into the late afternoon and evening hours. I'm going to go over here to kind of get you the big picture. Let's go back and reset things, because we've been spending a lot of time there on West Alabama, and for good reason. That's where the activity is. Nothing right now in Birmingham or Anniston. This is expected to move into what we call the Birmingham metro area, Birmingham, Hoover, I-65 corridor by around 5:30 this afternoon. Those storms eventually moving over toward the Anniston area closer to 6, 7 o'clock. Right now, the tornado watch is until 7 p.m. That's going to be areas west of Interstate 65. And you can see how things have just been exploding out to the west in that favored area. It is likely we'll see that tornado watch being extended for portions of East Alabama. And I see Tim's with us right now. Tim, are you connected and wired up and ready to go?
I'm wired up.
We'll find out. Tim Coleman's with us right now, and Tim, we've been on the phone this morning. We talked last night, and we were kind of going back and forth over what we could expect today. What kind of environment are we dealing with here? Take, maybe 45 seconds to a minute and kind of give us a general overview of what's happening.
Well, JP, what we're looking at, actually, as I'm taking a look here at the tablet, a few things concerned me that got me to come into the TV station today. First of all, we saw clouds all morning, as you and I were talking about, and that kept the atmosphere more stable this morning. It prevented these supercells from forming out ahead of the main line that we were concerned about. But we started to see a few breaks in those clouds, so that was one thing. Another thing that concerned me was the fact that we saw a cap or some warm air aloft. And we have an instrument up in Huntsville at UAH that can measure temperatures aloft every minute. And temperatures aloft have been cooling since about 11 a.m.
And when we have those cooler temperatures aloft, that indicates the atmosphere is going to be more unstable. You're going to get those little bubbles of air being able to float up there and form thunderstorms and so forth and hold these supercells together.
Well, that's right, JP. When you have the warm air near the surface, the clouds breaking up are starting to give us that, and you have cooler air aloft, which the instruments are showing us, that helps these supercells to form, and that's what made me very concerned about this and why I drove about 100 miles per hour here to the TV station.
Well, let's hope the police are not listening here, Tim. Dr. Tim Coleman with us. He's a research meteorologist, works with us a lot on the blog, and when Tim is not on the air with us right now, he's going to be updating things on myfoxtracker.com, so you can follow along on the line and get some of the